So thank you very much, and it's such a pleasure to speak to all of you. Thank you for the opportunity. And Salman set us up badly because he raised the standard saying that the next speakers are good. He should have under-promised. It would have been easier. And actually, the person who's going to speak after me is much, much better. So I want to ask a simple question: is how many of you are a member of the party already? All of you are members?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I think the first step is to start by becoming members, So the transition can only happen. Hey, hi, what's up? Yeah. So I know I can recognize you. How are you, Doc? That's really important. So, the transition can only happen if you become a member. So I would request you, because you can't be, like they say you can't be, it's not, I don't know. In our time, you could say that. You can't be half pregnant, but I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore. So a couple of things on politics. It's the best system to destroy any ego you have. No, seriously. No joke. For professionals, that's a huge, huge leap. All your qualifications don't matter, right? What have you done? It doesn't. So that's actually a great opportunity. Seriously, one of the best opportunity, because it will get you prepared for what's happening if you seriously want to pursue your political life. That's very important. Very, very important to keep self-importance, ego. Don't get disturbed if somebody doesn't give you a chair for 3.5 hours. No, seriously speaking, yeah. Or you keep waiting outside a leader's room for a couple of hours, and he says, I got only 2 minutes, and he was chatting inside for 3 hours. Those are things which you got to get used to. And it's not personal, because I went through it, and everyone goes through it. So don't get personal care, this guy doesn't think. So that's one thing important. Yeah. The second part, I think, so I'm just going to take the help of my notes because I sincerely prepared for this. Yeah, so thank you for the support. One is you'll get used to this meandering discussions, And don't get agitated by professionals to grapple with the problem immediately. That is not what is expected. You're supposed to sit and enjoy, no, seriously speaking. And as professionals, you're very anxious to come to the root cause of the problem. You know it. And it's not that they don't know it, but they won't do it. No, seriously, you got to disabuse yourself of certain things in politics. Seriously disabuse yourself. That is what's going to happen. You're going to get into a meeting. I'm very happy. I pray that this program is one of the best ideas the party's done, and hats off to Praveen. A big hand for him. I just hope that it expands into a larger thing, because the issue is we must professionalize the Congress party. Now, seriously speaking, like any political party, it's very, very important for us to get professionalized. And professionalized by guys with liberal values and proper values and all that. Because when you today fight election and talk to people, whether it's from our party or liberal right, you say, what do you believe in? Damn difficult to understand what he is actually saying. He's saying, jeetna hai, bhai sahab. Vidayak banna hai, batti lagana hai. Power aana hai. So it's difficult. So the challenge is that the integrity of what you believe in, and liberal is very difficult in, value system, because with the right wingers it's easy, usko maar do, ye theek nahi hai, mahila ko ghar ke andar rakho. All that stuff is simple, easy, non-complicated. No joke. You got to understand this. Why do you think that they are so simple-minded? The right wingers, it's damn easy to fool them, because they need things in a very mashed up, food should be softened to them so that they can't have to think about it too much. They need simple things like, मुसलमान ने जो है पॉपुलेशन बढ़ जाएगा, हमारी नौकरी SC ST लोग ले रहे हैं, And we don't have the intellectual integrity to counter that. We always find it flat, saying merit, merit, merit. And it's so funny. And if you ask even amongst us, is reservation good? Many of you don't think it's good. And that's where the problem is. I like inclusiveness, but I don't like reservation. So the Congress party gives an opportunity to study that. Study intensely why, affirmative action is important. It's important because everybody else in the guy, like my father was a civil servant, and he was posted all over across in the Indian Foreign Service. We had 100-mile advantage before the next kid who was studying in Jharkhand or Bihar got a chance in a government school which leaks. I studied in a place called Hyderabad Public School. It's famous in news because, just to throw some big names right now, Satyan Nadella was his house captain, and Shantanu was my roommate and classmate. And lots of guys from my school, the chairman of Adobe or Prem Vatsa, the richest guy and all. But we had 100-mile race, 100-meter race, in which I was already 100 miles ahead. 100 meters race, in which guys like us were already 100 miles ahead. No problem education, access to best books, etc., etc., etc. I realized this not in school. When I went to Pondicherry, Jippa Pondicherry, I realized that the kid who is coming, they were crazy stories. We never knew. I had no clue on the caste system till you go to college, because in school you hardly get to know what's caste, all of you. When you get to college, you know कि यार open से आया कि general से आया कि observe. And then you start building your biases, not understanding the life story behind all these kids. This is incredible. And why it is necessary. So that's important to hear the other stories. The other part which I kept asking in my interview is, do you all have an independent source of income? Yes. Remember, you're smiling. Yeah. Tell me yes or no, or you don't have to say it, but the first thing is, if you want to make a transition, make sure you have an independent source of income. Never get into this if you're not financially independent. Never, as professionals. Never do it. I'm seriously, it's not to find anything you do. You're a lawyer, you do anything, you're a doctor, you practice, you want to set up a business, but make sure you have an independent, or like me, find a wife who works in the government who's got a steady income, monthly salary, she's a civil servant, so no tension. Yeah, घर मिलेगा, खाना मिलेगा, सरकारी है, pension later on. But that's very, no, seriously guys. So girls, vice versa also, guys, find out a woman who works. Yeah, it's believe me, this is the best advice I've given you. No joke. No joke. It is the best advice. If you're not independent financially, politics has a way of making you feel so worthless. Seriously speaking. And you'll be at the beck and call of the most, it's not only Congress or any other party, but some of them are very nice. Some of them, like Salman is Salman, wonderful human being. And some can be very venal. Awfully venal. Until you have that independence to take the life decision, to saying, hey, listen, this not, go up to Praveen and say, look, I need to do something else or whatever it is. The other part which I've been thinking during this thing is, vote chori, and Mr. Gandhi has been speaking on it. It's pan-India. And it's been a 75-year-old project. I have seen these guys as cops, the RSS, the BJP and all, throwing, and they're phenomenal trouble creators. No, seriously speaking, they will throw a pork piece into a temple, into a mosque, and a beef piece. They do it so well. And then the guy who threw will come to the agitated to you and say, "Hamara koi dharm ka izzat hai ki nahi hai?" The guy who just threw it. This is how they engineer riots. So these are the kind of guys you need to, and it's not been, so we've been caught because we've not been able to figure this out. I think Mr. Gandhi and his team, I'm sure Praveen did, and his team, and whoever is, the rest of the people who did it. But it's a pan-India phenomenon. There are two guys who just now I was reading in the news, who had filed a case for this before election to the Election Commission in Maharashtra, right? Panvel and other places. I don't know if you heard about that, right? Yeah. 11,000 votes already identified in one constituency. Okay? Only professionals like you can work with the Congress to unravel that. And that's where your value is. Okay? So I would, yeah. The other question you need to ask is, what do you want to do? Are you in it to fight elections? I mean, whoever I interviewed said yes, so yeah. I guess everybody wants to fight election. So, election is the best way to, again, disabuse yourself. Value and all that. Okay? Ki desh seva karna hai and all that. No, seriously speaking. So I want you to do an approximate calculation. How many Lok Sabha, in a Lok Sabha, how many booths are there approximately in the most of India? Any idea? How many voters would be there? 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs. Boss? How many? Okay. Guru? Good. चुनाव लड़ा था क्या? नहीं. 18 लाख, ठीक है, कुछ में, जैसे हमारा में भी. All right. कितने booths होंगे? How many booths? Boss. How many booths है? Correct, आसपास है. और कोई और? Anybody guess? So 2,000. So one thing is, I can make out your professionals because you're so innocent on your numbers. Not member, how many booths? I mean, in a lighter tone, but yes, 2,000. How much do you think it cost us to put a guy to sit in the booth? That booth, how much does it cost to put the team on the booth? 5,000. No, per booth, yaar. Are 2,000 into 20 lakhs, kitna hoga? How much? पर बहुत है 1,000 रुपये ले लो. वैसे तो आपने आप आज़ादी के पहले की बात कर रहे हो, लेकिन मान लिया कि आप सही हो. ठीक है, 1,000, 2,000 इंटू 1,000 कितना हुआ? नहीं, 1,000 लेके इंटू 2,000 is how much? Average was 5 lakhs 10 years back. So 20 lakhs into 5 is how much? 1 crore. Correct. What is the expenditure for an MP? 50 crore. It was now 70 lakhs, but it was 50. So, Mera Bharat Mang already. You start with this lie. Yeah, 50 lakhs is expenditure. Now, professionals, you need 1 crore only to put the most reluctant guys who probably will take 5,000 ले लिया आपसे और फिर 5,500 दूसरे से लेकर के आपको पक्का रहेगा. हाँ, करेक्ट ना बॉस? प्रैक्टिकल. फिर आएगा कोई दारू बेचने के लिए चाहिए, कोई बूथ में दारू चाहिए, मुर्गा मटन चाहिए, सब चाहिए. सीरियसली. देश सेवा आउट. No, yes or no? That is what you need to fight against. We need to make elections cheaper and more professional. We need to build a team so that young people can go in without these kind of nonsense. We don't have to spend crores on every guy, and we don't have to look as a party for guys who have money here. Because it is impossible to win elections in this way, by hiring people. You can't. I've seen it, won elections, lost elections, seen both. My wife is a civil servant with very high value, वो ऐसे होता था school में, simple living, high thinking and all. Remember, we used to write that simple living, high thinking and all that. She never saw any of my elections till one election which she saw, and she was totally zapped. No misconception anymore about what's happening in this country. We need to stretch back and give it a chance. Otherwise, guys like you have no chance. But you can win election without money. When I won the election, I won without money. When I lost, actually, I did spend some money. Yeah, so the guy's not recording the stuff. Or you can edit that stuff. But that is, no, seriously, I'll ask Praveen to do it because he's got other stuff to edit it away from it. Now, as professionals, I want to request a couple of things. I learned this from Mr. Tata and such style and all that. That's very kind of him, but that's not true. So I worked with Mr. Tata. So I run a company which do drug research, but I worked in the private sector also for a significant period as a vice president Tata Sons and then CEO of a company called Cummins. Anyone from Pune? Cummins, CDS's Iran, I was the CEO of that business, then president of Apollo, and et cetera, et cetera. So I worked with Mr. Tata in his office. And Mr. Tata is perfectly dressed from head to toe. Perfect. Perfect. Not a hair outside, the shoes are shining, the socks is matching, everything is in order, the belt, the pen, everything is in place. So the senior officers have an opportunity to have dinner, a lunch, every day in the 4th floor of Bombay House. We have a common dining hall, which is nice because the Taj guys give the food and all that. And Mr. Tata comes to the dining hall and some kids are there, general manager, vice president. They ask Mr. Tata, sir, why you dress up so well every day? Yeah, seriously. So he said a very interesting story. He was adopted by his grandmother. Those of you who, anybody from Mumbai? So you've seen the Deutsche Bank headquarters. That was the Tata house. That was the house in which he came up. Exactly, the huge place. So imagine a kid who was staying in a house like that house. His grandmother, when he was joining Tata's, told him that make sure when you go to work, you're well groomed. Because you're showing respect to the job. And the chances of you showing, when you're respecting your job, when you're groomed, paying attention, there will be a less chance of you making a mistake. So it's very important for all of you guys that don't go with a 6-day-old stubble and think you're just the latest, Bollywood icon and all. You must be properly presented. The guys you work with will respect you for that. Shoes polished, whatever it is, whatever you do. Do it for yourself, but do it for yourself firstly. The other important thing is take care of your physique. Politics has this endless cup of tea. Say no, drink hot water. But more important is find ways to keep yourself fit. And I'm saying it because it's actually a back-breaking. More than back-breaking, you're just sitting sometimes for hours doing nothing. Yeah, you're laughing and all, the serious stuff. I mean, don't think things to happen. You need to be physically fit. You need to be mentally alert. So carry a book. Because you'll probably be waiting for a couple of hours to meet the guy, and he may not meet you, so at least you'll read a book. Instead of, skimming through those micro-dramas, which is the latest craze and all. I didn't know till I was reading today. Micro-dramas, anybody is known about micro-dramas? Yes. I would request Praveen to do a project on Congress value system, creating micro-dramas from all these professionals, because that's the best way to engage the youth. When you get into this high-level discussion, nobody's going to pay attention. Somebody said Hindutva pop and all that. Yeah, Hindutva and nationalism and all that. So I'll tell you one thing. You need to recognize what the country is doing. Everywhere you go, guys are flipping reels. Unless you're on the reel, subtly sending a message, you're not getting them. You're not getting them. You might say it is very bad to watch reels. I agree with you. You'll tell all that, reels dekhte hain, bachche log hum kya kare and all that. You must get into those reels with messages which are important. So the problem with, and the challenge, and the good part with the professionals is, and let me know if I'm talking too much, and I'll stop.
No, that's fine.
But tell me the time so that, yeah. So,
you have about
but then Sachin is a nice guy. I'm going to steal some time from him. No, just joking, Sachin.
There'll be a Q&A as well.
Yeah. Okay. So the important part is to understand what the voters is doing. Somebody said on liberal, okay? So just in a question, Shabano, good idea, bad idea? Shabano case, modification, change of law. Hey, nobody's going to. Yeah, have the courage to say, nobody's going to, at least we guys are not going to kill you for it. I mean, later on we will. Once you are professional working person, then we'll find ways to trouble you. But right now, no. It's your first day. Tell me, Shabano, good idea, bad idea? Exactly. Oh, that's good. That's good. Not best idea. Wow. Never comment.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Bad idea.
You must speak on your... Exactly. When did you lose that battle? When you start catering to reactionary elements on both sides. Then you don't stand for anything, It's important for the Muslims and the minorities to have religious freedom, yes. No debate. And the majority, everybody. But it is not okay to suppress women. So those are the challenges, you'll continuously face, and the professionals can bring clarity. But the most important thing is, you should never be scared to speak up. There is no, and you have nothing to lose here. What can happen? What can happen? But despite you having nothing to lose, you didn't say it. Can you imagine the tragedy? You have nothing to lose, boss. कुछ नहीं होने वाला. हम तो कुछ आपका कर ही नहीं सकते हैं. पुलिस में था तो बंद कर सकते थे, कुछ भी कर सकते थे. अब तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. उसके बावजूद भी आप नहीं बोल रहे हो. So speak up. Politely but firmly. So this may be a better way to do it. That's what we expect you guys to do. And that's how the party gets stronger. Otherwise, we'll continue to be in this, on supporting the different things. So I said, okay, now, important mentally, I told, morally and spiritually also, it's important for young people to continuously keep a moral compass. And it's going to be very challenging. It's not because I think Congress party is great. I think Mr. Gandhi and what he embodies and everybody else in the party, whether it's right from the history of the party, whether it's coming up from right from beginning. It's been an amazing, what you call, beacon of what we stand for. Do we have strange travelers along with us in the party? Yes, we have. It's like Bhagwan Shiv ka Bharat, You have all kinds of things, Goda, Chuha, everybody. All kinds of people. No, seriously, it is, listen, that is the best definition. You got all kinds.
Yeah.
You must continue to be the nice guy in the system. And you'll see a lot of things happening wrong. And there'll be a time when you will believe that is okay. It isn't okay. It isn't okay. You will believe that election means, giving liquor in the poorer labor areas. You will believe that, it is okay. And you just don't know when it happens. And after some time, you just look back and you're just one of them, yeah. No USP at all. So stick to what you believe in. Seriously. You will be recognized because everybody else has changed. If you stick to who you are, you will be identified. Remain different. If you fight for your values, you'll be one of those few people sticking out and you'll get recognized. And Sachin, my colleague who's going to follow me up is the best living example of that. No, seriously speaking. And you'll listen to Sachin and you'll understand. You can do it. And you can do it well. So just a question. All of you want to do Desh Seva? First question. A trick question. Okay, not a trick question. All of you want to fight elections? No. How many of you are, you can, okay. Nobody's going to say yes because I know you want to fight elections, so I just exposed them so shamelessly. My bad, but good. And how many want to work in the organization? See, that's the easy one. I knew I'll get those answers. Like, इसमें तो यार हम तो वैसे hero बन जाएंगे. हाथ उठा लिया ना. But how many want to be in the TV and all that, and you want to be known and famous and all? Everyone, I guess. 90%, 80%. That's cool. You must answer. Yeah, it's nice. Good. Then when you get into the scholarship when you get into as a Manmohan Singh Fellow, walk up to Praveen or anybody else and speak on what you want to do. You can't say, यार अभी प्रवीण चक्रवर्ती मुझे समझ नहीं रहा है यार. मैं तो प्रवक्ता बनना चाह रहा था यार हमको भेज दिया जमशेदपुर में वही गाँव. No, seriously speaking. You will never get a chance. Don't. You have nothing to lose. क्या कर लेगा प्रवीण? Instead of Jamshedpur, we'll send you to Patna. That's it. No joke. It's okay. But say, speak, tell him, speak to him what you want to do. Why do you want to do it? And speak out, because this is the only way that you can merge it. If your ambitions are not merged with what you want to do in the party, in terms of skills, you're just going to drop out sometime very soon. Like Steve Jobs said, death is the best thing in this world. It gives you time to evaluate that, is it worth doing this stuff if I was to die tomorrow? In a Stanford speech, if you remember that. Death is the most beautiful thing, and I'm scared for the future when kids can't die. I do a drug research company, we work on anti-aging and all that. And I'm really scared, because if they find out something before, for me to live up to 150, I won't know what to do. Death is actually a good thing. So evaluate using death as a criteria in your Manmohan Singh Fellowship Program to see whether this is what you want to do. Never wait till it is too late and just walk out of it. Talk to the people who are concerned about your development. Speak to them. That's one thing you must all promise yourself. Is that okay? Yeah. If you don't like what you're doing, go up and say it. कि सर मुझे पसंद नहीं है. निकाल देगा. फिर पार्टी का मेंबरशिप लेकर के चुनाव लड़कर के विधायक बन जाओ तो कुर्सी हम दे देंगे. No, seriously, don't. Be what you are, do it. Okay? Most important, speak to him. Because I'm really excited with this program. And I said, I just hope there were 400-500 more people like you guys over a period of time. You'll bring in a lot of fresh air. People from different backgrounds. I've interviewed one kid from Hyderabad. I don't know, his brother was funding his law school. He didn't make it, I guess. But they were amazing guys I met. I would go back to my wife and say, listen, man, I'm just a fan of some of those guys I interviewed. There was a psychiatrist from Chandigarh. All these kids who were interviewed, some of them didn't make it. Him, doctor, the lawyer, no? Amazing people. Those who didn't make it, who made it, were some amazing guys with very, very beautiful stories. If we all have more people like you, we'll just get better. We'll just become nicer, kinder, more easy to do. So I just hope that this thing goes on and on and on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I told you on that Hindutva pop and what are the challenges and all that. The other part was somebody said, on people and all that. It's not the people's issue at all. People have become communal, not at all. People in India were tended by nature superstitious little. I was super police in Patna and Jamshedpur when this Ganeshji started drinking milk. You guys were not born, I guess, or some of you were born, but yeah. You saw that? Yeah. Now tell me why does Ganeshji drink so much of milk? Capillary, yeah. But I kept telling his SP, because I'm an IPS officer, I know a lot of stuff and all that. So I told public, यार ये तो कैपलरी है. अरे सर आपको तो भगवान पर विश्वास ही नहीं है. आप लोग UPSC पास करके भगवान को ही छोड़ देते हैं. No, nobody is ready, because that is the fact. Lot of people believe in it. As a political party, men like Nehru and all were incredible. They wanted to shift that needle into scientific thought. But it's not easy. It didn't. It shifted a lot of people, but it still has a long way to go. The unfinished project of Pandit Nehru is miles still to go. And you need to find a nice way to communicate that to the people. It's not people have become Hindutva. In the villages of India, there are people down the line. They know you need to find a narrative which counters them. How to bind people, see the best of stories of different communities. The last thing which I would say, and then I'll take some questions. And maybe a couple of more points. Meet the RSS guys. Meet the BJP guys, yeah. Hug them, talk to them, meet them. Then only you'll understand. You're living in this echo chamber. Ravish Subhe? मैं रवीश को रोज सुबह सुनता हूँ. But then to disabuse myself, I listened to Sanjay Dikshit, Jaipur Dialogues, who's my batchmate, who's an absolute rabid guy. I dislike Sanjay's thinking intensely. But he's got 2 million followers. Can you imagine Jaipur Dialogue? वो भी अंग्रेजी में बोलता है 2 मिलियन 20 लाख लोग इस देश में यार वो ऐसे बकवास को सुनने के लिए तैयार है. And you have no clue on how they're thinking because you don't interact with them. And you're in this echo chamber. You must meet guys from the RSS, BJP. And inform Praveen that you're meeting them, because then we'll think, shit, these guys are passing on all our stuff. We started it with Mr. No, meet, read a book. Read a book on Gowalkar and guys like that and understand. Read on a subject you have no clue on in life. Mr. Tata told me something very interesting. Every year, commit yourself to read on a country you have no idea about. Every year, read about a culture, language, use language as a criteria, who you have no idea about. So Persian, Uzbek, culture, right? Read on a subject you have no clue. If you're an advocate person and got sociology and all, read on biology. Hey, there's some guy who's doing sensor and all that, yeah? Sensor stuff. Research on biosensors and all. Oh, yeah, wow, yeah. Okay, we'll talk after the session. I'm just doing some business after this. No, seriously speaking, talk to him. Look at that eclectic mix the AIPC has got. You must, during tea time, do an intellectual speed dating. You must speak to every one of your, the friends from different places, not your own small guys. Are Delhi wala aa jao ya baith jao. Speak to a guy from Kerala. Speak to a guy who's from Tamil Nadu. Speak to a guy from anyone. Just interact with all of your friends. Take down your numbers. Start speaking to all your 50 guys. You'll learn a lot by just speaking to each other. This is the best thing which has happened to you. You got 50 guys with some so expansive spectrum of doctor, biosensor, lawyer, MBA guys, everybody else. So use this opportunity to grow. That is what you must do. The first thing you do is make up a WhatsApp group. And don't keep the organizers there. Have a private WhatsApp group. Yeah. नहीं तो कार्यक्रम आएगा यहाँ पर जाना है वहाँ पर जाना है. No. Make a small internal group. Share ideas. No, seriously stuff. Hey, guys, take this advice. I'm doing this because if somebody had told me this few years back, I would have been so grateful. Use this opportunity to meet food habits you don't know. Eat food stuff you have never eaten. Talk to people you have never met. Understand the people of different religion. It's God sent. It's something you can never imagine to have got free of cost. Yeah. Actually, he should have paid you for this stuff. You should have paid him for this stuff, sorry, other way around. Praveen should have charged you for this. No joke. He should have charged, because this is the best thing which has happened. But never miss this opportunity. Just go and talk to each one of us, make a group, continuously chat, share experiences, make a Zoom, get into Zoom calls. Again, keep them out. Yeah, continue to keep AIPC and all out. Have your little Zoom chats. Share experiences across. What's happening? No, this is going to be the actual learning. So I beg you that make this group, get into a Zoom call or I don't know how many WhatsApp takes how many calls. You can't see the faces, so Zoom is pretty much better way to do it. And if somebody has got that unlimited license, that's okay. Otherwise, 40 minutes should be. If you're speaking more than 40 minutes, you need to actually get a check on your life. Yeah. And so that is what I came to just basically speak on. Okay. Have the courage to speak up. Whatever is in your heart, speak on your career in the party. A lot of people think that somebody else is going to, we understand and all. Just speak what you want to do. It will just help us. Last, don't make anyone God. Okay. Yeah, kya bola yaar. You'll have great managers with shitty husbands. Same guy. Remember, you'll have great speakers with the most corrupt, भावुक भाषण कि कोई भी जाओगे ऐसा नेता हमारे जमशेदपुर में आएगा, you'll think, yeah, man, this guy, next to Sadhguru's Bap and all, and the most corrupt guys. So don't mistake one competence to encompass everything else. He's a good speaker. Take him as that. Don't hero worship. the views, like the leader on what they say or what they do. But never, ever, like Arnab Goswami would say, never, ever, ever. Yeah, that's how. See, you're not watching Arnab Goswami. You must. You must watch Arnab Goswami to understand. See, this is where we are in our echo chamber. You know, we are all liberal. We think those Hindutva guys are nuts. They're low IQ. You know. You must see the other guy's perspective. That is that to understand the perspective. Otherwise, what will happen? You're in your echo chamber, and that's where we fail. Doesn't matter. See, so exactly. No, but unless you know how they think, like nationalism. अरे common villager in India says, भारत माता के बारे में आप लोग क्या क्या बोलते रहते हैं? हमको बोलता है. I got shot, nearly lost my leg, and I get told that यार आप तो भारत माता के पक्ष में नहीं हो. As an ASP, I'm not a random guy who gets shot and all that. Just in case you think I'm doing a side professional business of shooting down people. No, as a cop I got shot. Yeah, seriously, just to disabuse yourself that, ये तो यार लगता है कि गुंडा type है यार, शरीफ लग रहा है. No, not at all. During as an ASP, I got shot very badly. Nearly amputated. But again, I'm saying, so you understand what is the interpretation of nationalism. And what Salman said was brilliant. Patriotism. What this kind. But it's not jargons. It's in the language you speak. Patriotism is when you allow a guy, when you fight for a girl wearing a hijab or a burqa. Patriotism is when you don't distinguish between caste. When your parents speak on caste, you counter them. That's bloody courage. And I want to finish off that we live in with the Charles Dickens Tale of Two Cities start. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. There was a moron in Delhi. There is a courageous man in Delhi. Yeah. I can't, you know who the moron in Delhi is. Courageous man is Mr. Gandhi for sure, for the fact that he is a courageous guy. There is no debate on that. They were cowardly anchors, and they were brave YouTubers, you know. They're brave YouTubers in this country still. So it's like Charles Dickens. It's exactly that. Everywhere it is the best of times, it's the worst of times. It's how you make it. Okay, so I want to thank Praveen, you guys, for being such encouraging audience. I really love speaking to you. I don't know, and I was checking out if somebody was dozing off and all that, but it was fortunate that one or two guys were attempting, but you know, your laugh jogged him awake. So that's very sweet of you.